Have you ever felt that fear running down your spine on a full moon night? Today we're going to talk about one of the oldest tales of human monsters in recorded history. Lycanthropes are common in folklore prevalent throughout Europe. But what are lycanthropes? Our famous werewolf. Ready? So come on, what is a werewolf? A werewolf is a human being who has the ability to transform into a wolf-like creature. It's unclear how this transformation occurs, but according to folklore, it's more of a curse than a trait. A werewolf is a human being who has the ability to transform into a wolf-like creature. It's unclear how this transformation occurs, but according to folklore, it's more of a curse than a trait. People who are bitten by a werewolf also become one. It is also stated that this transformation can be permanent or temporary. When it comes to the physical characteristics of a werewolf, there is consensus on many characteristics. According to European folklore, a werewolf's physical characteristics remain the same even when in human form. In its animal form, the description of the werewolf's appearance varies across cultures. It is typically described as different and indistinguishable from common wolves. For example, a werewolf in its animal form has no tail and appears larger than normal wolves. Additionally, when in animal form, the werewolf retains its human voice and eyes. But you may be wondering, what is the origin of werewolf legends? In the shadows of history echo the whispers of dark trials, in which confessed or accused werewolves faced justice as merciless as that of witches. Thus, in the webs of mythology, the origin of the lycanthrope is drawn in varied hues, its roots sinking into the land of uncertainty. An ancestral narrative emerges from the pages of the poem Metamorphoses, woven by the Roman poet Ovid in the year 8 AD. Ovid unravels the story of Lycaon, the tyrant of Arcadia, in a macabre plot with the Lord of Olympus. Zeus, disguised among mortals, enters Lycaon's palace. However, the king, in his veiled betrayal, devises a twisted plan to test whether this outsider is a god. The halls of the palace echoed with the cry of Epirus, a hostage sacrificed by Lycaon. His flesh, boiled and roasted, was offered to Zeus in a grotesque banquet. However, the Lord of the Heavens refused the sinister invitation, refusing to participate in that macabre dance. After this episode, the legend of the ecological werewolf or the world through myths, popular in folk tales. Almost all legends refer to werewolves as people who transform into powerful wolves and become bloodthirsty beasts. These creatures have a penchant for humans and animals. Let's see what these legends are in different parts of the world. Werewolf in American culture. When native Indians roamed the Americas, they believed in shape-shifting creatures. It was their sacred belief that an animal totem or spirit guide was associated with humans. This guide may take physical form at times or may always remain spiritual. Shape-shifting was highly revered by Native Americans. Among the dark tales of Africa echo legends rooted in the deepest terror. Not only were werewolves gaining space in narratives, but macabre reports of monstrous metamorphoses echo beyond the nights. There is talk of corrupted souls, transmuted into huge crocodiles, sneaking in the shadows of the river banks, lying in wait for their defenseless prey. There are those who swear they have witnessed spirited hyenas, mysterious beings that wander between villages, sometimes in human form, sometimes in animalistic forms, carrying with them a shiver of foreboding and despair. Africans are not limited to these creatures, as the feared man-cats are part of their macabre legends, considered the emissaries of witches. From the darkness of the night, these beings, half human, half feline, emerged, shrouded in mystery and sorcery, carrying with them a trail of restlessness and fear. But among the African lands, werewolves reigned as the predominant belief, their fangs and howls taking root in the deepest nightmares of superstitious minds. Night was falling, and with it, the certainty that the boundaries between man and beast were blurring, leaving the imagination trapped in a realm where terror and the unknown walk hand in hand. In the dark world of Norse folklore, among the dark pages of the saga of the Volsungs, echoes a macabre tale of a visceral connection between father and son, obscured by the veil of lycanthropy. It is said that they discovered wolf skins, cursed artifacts capable of transforming men into lupin beasts for a decade of nights. In a macabre pact, both wore their skins to metamorphose into wolves thirsty for hunting and carnage, entering the dense confines of the forest. The spilled blood became routine, the savagery consuming their human essences, clouding their minds with the most primal and brutal instinct. At the height of his perversion, the father, plunged into lupin madness, attacked his own son, tearing him apart with flesh-thirsty claws. The agonizing victim, on the verge of death, cried out for mercy amidst the agonizing howls. A sinister raven, guardian of shadows and messenger of destiny, was his unexpected savior. He offered a leaf full of hidden powers, capable of healing the deep wound and soothing the agony of the torn victim. Thus, shrouded in shadows and indelible scars, the son was spared imminent death, but not the unspeakable horror of such a macabre night, in which the bond between man and wolf was undone, leaving behind physical and psychological scars, witnesses of a curse that would never be forgotten. In the Middle Ages of Europe, it was believed that werewolves could only be killed by burning at the stake. This theory is likely related to the burning of witches, which was a common norm throughout Europe. Alternatively, Europeans also believed that lycanthropes could be killed by decapitation. Now tell me, did you know these werewolf legends? If you're not already part of this community of mystery explorers, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Here, you will find fascinating legends, secrets of ancient civilizations, mysterious tales and much more. Until the next video.